Bartholomew Butterpaws, a ginger cat of discerning tastes and questionable morals, woke up one morning to find himself inexplicably wearing a tiny monocle. It was perched precariously on his nose, giving him the air of a Victorian-era detective, albeit a very fluffy one. He blinked, then shook his head, but the monocle remained stubbornly in place. His human, a perpetually bewildered woman named Agnes, found him in this state and burst into laughter. "Oh, Bartholomew," she chuckled, "you look absolutely ridiculous." Bartholomew, never one to back down from a challenge or a fashion statement, simply glared at her with his monocle-enhanced gaze. He decided this new accessory needed a proper debut. His first target, the family's prize-winning goldfish, Finny. Finny, a particularly plump and unsuspecting goldfish, was blissfully unaware of the impending fashion-forward feline invasion. Bartholomew, with his monocle magnifying his already intense stare, stalked towards the fishbowl. Agnes, still giggling, watched from the doorway. The plan was simple: to scare Finny so badly he'd leap out of the bowl. Bartholomew positioned himself strategically, his monocle catching the light with impressive flair. He let out a low growl, which sounded more like a disgruntled purr. Finny, however, remained completely unfazed, merely flicking his tail. Bartholomew tried again, this time adding a dramatic cough. Nothing. He tried a menacing stare, his monocle wobbling slightly. Still nothing. Finny just continued to stare back with an unnervingly calm expression. Frustrated, Bartholomew resorted to tapping the glass with his paw, accidentally knocking over the bowl. Finny, now free from his aquatic prison, flopped onto the floor, gasping for air. Agnes, momentarily speechless, watched as Bartholomew, monocle askew, nonchalantly licked his paw, completely unfazed by the watery chaos he'd created. The monocle, however, did not survive the ordeal. It popped off, landing with a tiny plink on the floor as Bartholomew sauntered off, his dignity intact but his fish-catching scheme a complete failure. He returned to his nap, leaving Agnes to deal with the soggy carpet and the surprisingly resilient Finny, who was already attempting to swim across the living room floor.